let's transition now to your very first $1 million day. What did that look like? What was the setup like? What was...
Yep. So one of the cool things was just learning how to make high ticket offers, like learning the skill set of offer creation. So I was like, okay, I can make kind of a $6,000 offer. Like, what would it look like if I made a $30,000 offer? And I think to do $1 million in a day, I think it's like 34 sales at 30K puts you over $1 million. So I was like, okay, I just need to get enough people in the room where I could sell 34 people at this $30,000. So we just kind of reverse engineered how many people would need to be in the room to sell 34. Because when we did that, I learned that even if you're selling at those higher price points, like it's really just the same thing. Like it's like, because the clients, they just want the end result. So they don't care if it's 6,000 or 30,000. They're like, can you help me? You know what I mean? You're like, yes, I can 100% help you. So as soon as we did that, 34 people came right in and that was it. Like, and then, I mean, it's funny now, numbers start to feel funnier at this point in time, but the epiphany goes off in your mind when you do $1 million in a day. You think to yourself, what have I been doing with like all the other days of my life? What have I been focusing on? Or what am I focusing on in my business that isn't collecting people in a room to present an offer like this? Like, it just doesn't make sense, really.
Yeah. So often we get caught up in all the little, the busy things, or the things like, oh, there's this problem, this problem, this and that. And like, I have a very similar situation where like, there's probably 4 days a year where I make the majority of my money.
Wow.
And then the other 365, like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, you know, I'm doing a lot of stuff, but, you know, and obviously those things all are part of it, is building audiences and stuff like that. But it's like, there are definitely times where it's like, these actions are what makes the most amount of money. Like, how do we engineer and have those more often inside of our business? I'm curious now, for that offer, for the $30,000 offer, how often do you offer that right now? Like, is it certain times? Is it all the time? Is it?
Right now, we're probably offering it once a month, because now we have it like evergreen. So it's just like once a month that we're offering that. Because sometimes it stresses people out. Like, well, what's in the $30,000 offer? And that sounds like that's going to be so hard to deliver on that. But it's really not. Like, there's so many it's just leverage happens at so many points in business. So it's like, to me, leverage is like, let's just make this offer more often. So let's make this once a month. Once a month. And let's not offer a 12-month or super long program. Let's just like make a $30,000 workshop. So then we just have to deliver it like that. So it's like time compression in every facet. Yeah.
It's so cool. It's funny because I'm sure people watching this right now, like, one of the things when I got this role, I thought high ticket was one thing. Like,
right.
In fact, for me, like $5,000 my first start, like, that's high ticket. That's the most expensive. Sure. So my first offer it was $5,500. I remember.
That was your first offer?
First high ticket offer.
That you bought or you sold?
That I sold.
Okay.
And I remember then I joined Dan Kenny's mastermind group, and I go to the mastermind group and everyone had a chance to present their business. So I presented mine. I'm like, I have a free DVD. People buy it. We call them on the phone. We sell a $5,500 thing.
Yeah.
And I remember Bill Glazer asked me, he's like, well, what do you sell to people who bought the $5,500 offer? I was like, what do you mean? Like, they gave me all their money. Like, that's it. That's the end of, like, that's what was possible. He said, no, you don't understand. You have a $5,500 buyer there. Like, that person wants to give you more money. And I didn't understand it. Now, to put in perspective, I had paid, I think, $18,000 to be in that mastermind. And then that night of the mastermind, Bill Glazer got up and he presented this documentary they're making called The Phenomenon. And for $30,000, you could be interviewed in The Phenomenon. There's 18 of us in the room, and 9 of the 18 people gave him $30,000. And I was like, wow, I'm an $18,000 buyer. I didn't even understand that. And like, it blew my mind. Like, I remember like my whole world shifted where I was like, I thought $5,000 was the peak, right? And I saw like, I had paid 18, which I thought was now the new peak. And then the people with 18, half of them paid 30, and it kept raising. And so I want, just for those who are still like hard to grasp this, even like some of you guys, $30,000, you're like, that's impossible. That's what I make in a year. You can't fathom it.
Right.
But I want to set this bar even higher. Mm-hmm. You have a $250,000 offer.
Yes.
And people give you money for $250,000, and the fulfillment's not like you come and work for them for the next 10 years of your life. It's a one-day thing, right? Like, talk about just how you have the mentality to like, I'm going to try a whole tier above lifting. It.
Yes. Well, you know what's so cool is like the more you raise your prices, the easier everything becomes. Like, the client is more amazing than you've ever thought possible. The work is less than you ever imagined possible. And just the entire experience feels effortless. So when I grasped the fact that people will pay whatever it is, like, that you could possibly imagine, as long as you can get them the result. So if I can make someone $1 million, and you've made like 40 billion bajillion millionaires, like if I could help someone else make $1 million, they would gladly trade me $250K for that $1 million. So that's the thing. It's like, I'm not going to work 10 years. It's like, I can help you get this result in one day, like you can. So it's like, hey, this would be more fun if we just like didn't talk for 12 months, but we just like hung out for one day. You know what I mean? It's like, that sounds way more fun. It doesn't even require a lot of logic. You're just like, yep, I could totally help you make $1 million. So I'll take your 250 and I'll trade you $1 million. Mm-hmm. And then they often get more than $1 million. So I think it's just the exchange of value and not to be afraid. You know, I forget what Dan Kennedy calls it, but it's like price
Elasticity.
Price elasticity. And he also talks price cowardice. He also talks about being cowardly. And so it's just not being afraid to raise your prices and even put more value on the work that you're providing people and not be afraid of that.
It is fascinating too. Like, I look at, you know, we have programs every step along the way, and like the people that sign up for a free trial or for a, you know, $27 offer or even a free book, typically are harder clients than the person who spend $50,000, $150,000, $250,000, which is interesting.
Yep.
And so by even looking and starting with high ticket, you bypass a lot of the stress and the headaches and things like that, right?
100%.
The client or the person is willing or able to write you a $30,000 check.
Yep.
They're a different caliber than someone who's not. So it's like, they're not as needy. They're not as like, they've gone through the personal development to get to the point where they can write a check at that point. And so you don't have to do a lot of the heavy lifting of like, you know, where someone bought a book for $7 off a free plus shipping offer. And I'm trying to help them understand, like, no, you actually can build a funnel. It's not that hard. Or you can like share your story and, you know, and it's interesting.
Your high ticket clients are the best.
Yeah.
The best.
So there you go. So you 4 years ago got started. You launched a $297 high ticket offer and then another one, $2 billion days, $250,000 offers. Like, what's next for you? Where are we going from here?
Well, my goal is to scale to $100 million. So that's my goal, but while working less than part-time. So I love leverage. I love space. I love time. I love high ticket and I love selling one-to-many because it enables you to hit whatever it is that, you know, your goal is, but still have so much freedom of time and family and fun. So that's my goal. Yeah.
If anyone wants to watch you as you're doing this goal, where's the best place for them to go follow you in the journey?
Yeah. Speakingschool.com. I have a free toolkit where you can learn all the stuff that I'm talking about. High ticket offers, self-from stage. So cool. So yeah, speakingschool.com.
Thanks, Eileen, for hanging out with us today.
Yeah.
And you guys can do it. If Eileen can do $1 million day twice, and if I can have six, like, you guys can do this. The biggest key is just like believing it's actually possible for you. And at first, you know, your abilities might not be there yet, which is why it's like you have to start on this process, start on this path. Like Eileen had to sell a $297 offer before she felt
100%.
capable to do the next one and the next one. But it's just like getting on the process and the path. And as you do it, your skill set will increase, your capacity will get bigger, and you get better and better. And honestly, the sky's the limit. So thank you for being such a cool example of all that and setting a goal for everybody else to go and hit their $1 million day as well.